What's up? Good evening, everyone. Teka lang Guys, pa-comment naman kung good evening. Please feel free to start commenting down below your stock picks. And let's get to a quick, siguro an hour and a half na charting session by Investa. So, una muna, thank you and good evening to everyone here tonight. Almost 10 p.m. Thank you for being with me. Pa-comment naman kung clear yung audio. Kapag yung background music hindi masyado malakas, tama lang. Ayusin ko lang yung camera para hindi siya pantay. Okay. Sige, wala nang intro. Let's start. Teka, kailangan ko konti yung background music, di ako makafocus. So, every now and then, baka lang feel free to comment PSE. Actually, kailangan pa ba ng global market? PSE malakas. Pero yeah, PSE, crypto, US. Sabi ni Jasper, bilis tumubo ng buhok. Shampoo. Actually, di ko rin alam kung ano yung shampoo ko. Bigay lang ng mom ko. So, medyo mabilis nga, umaba yung buhok ko. So, kailangan na magpakalbo ulit. Ayoko na magpa-long hair. Medyo mahirap. Okay, let's start. Though every now and then, baka tumingin lang ako sa trading view para sa US market. Actually, hindi pa ako tapos mag-chart ng US stocks Pero, katapos kasi mag-work ng kung ano-ano. Let's begin. Start mo tayo sa PSEI. So, last time ko mag-charting session, the PSEI, I believe, andito ba? Andito. Kailan ba huling nag-charting session? Last Wednesday. Tama ba? 2 Wednesdays ago. Was it June 2? No, it was May 26. May 26. So, andito pa yung index sa pagkakaalam ko, yung last kong charting session. And since then, lakas ng PSEI. If napanood nyo yung sa mga videos ko sa Investa TV YouTube channel namin, please like and subscribe. I remember trying to answer the question in everyone's minds. Bull market ba sa Pilipinas? And to be honest, hindi pa naman definite bull run, no? But at the end of the day, I try not to answer those questions, di ba? Parang, bahala na, kung bull run, hindi masaya, di ba? But regardless, if it's a bull run or not, as much as possible, gagatasin ko yung move, right? Yung move na meron tayo ngayon. And yung kagandahan dito, sa recent action, no, in the PSE. If nabasa nyo yung book na Hit and Run Trading, by Jeff Cooper ba yun? It's forming a series of very tight consolidations. Tight consolidations, which at least from an individual stock point of view, pag momentum trader ka, yun yung gusto mo makita Diba? So, healthy pa naman ngayon. Nothing wrong with the index, diba? But, I would say, if once, I think 7,000 is the biggest level na kailangan basagin for there to be optimum trend following opportunities. Diba? Parang trend following opportunities similar sa 2020. So I think 7,000 is the most important level. And guys, I need help, no? So, kita nyo ba, yung nag-comment na Investa, though sumisingil ng Ethereum whatever sa comments, please do us a favor and paki-report. salamat. But I will block him or her or it from the stream. Doon ko nakikita nyo, kindly report, no? So, ingat tayo sa mga ganun. Wait lang. Okay. So yun, that's for... Teka, silip lang ako ng US Oh no. Down yung hawak ko. Pero ganyan talaga. It is what it is. Okay, game. So first... Ano ba? Sige, ito muna. Ano muna tayo? Blue chip. BPI. Sabi ni Bebe Santonia. BPI. Okay itong bagong playlist ko Tama ba? No copyright to. Confirm ko lang. Yes, no copyright, lo-fi. Maganda to kaysa dun sa isa. So, BPI, though, I think among a lot of the banks, I think BPI is the one forming the best quote-unquote pattern. Ano ba meron? SecB. So, I might as well look at everyone else. Metro Bank. I think PNB still dead from the dividends. Yeah, may bounce na malakas though. Though sa eye test, ang una ko magugustuhan si BPI kasi coming from a run-up, though di ko alam gaano kalakas yung financial sector ngayon. Probably, at least from a trader standpoint, there might be a lot of better opportunities, no? But of course, yung mga blue chips di natin hinahayaan yan. Coming from a run-up, consolidating at least dun sa swing, after the swing high, consolidation at the highs. So, depende na sa'yo kung ano yung approach mo I mean, position traders should have begun accumulating dito sa levels at and patiently waiting for the trade to go in their bias, in their direction. But right now, it's in the middle of the range. And like ko sinasabi, pag sa gitna ng range, huwag na pilitin, diba? It's not in a decision-making point, no? There's no decision to be made unless you want to make an anticipatory position, you're anticipating for a breakout, di baka, diba? You can start accumulating there. But ako, I would either, accumulate either support, or pruhan sa breakout, diba? But since sa gitna siya, ako, more on observe. So yeah. Ito, CLI, sabi Bernie. Tubig ko. Ayan. CLI, hindi pala tumuloy ito. I mean, hindi pa naman dead. So after breaking out strongly here, biggest thing for me kay CLI, dapat di na mag-below 650 This level should act as a strong support dapat. Problema kasi dito sa DNA ni CLI. Kaya mahirap siya i-trend follow lang. After usually big breakouts, it corrects deeply or it pullbacks deeply, no? Once naging obvious sa mga tao. Napansin ko kasi tinrade ko to before Saan ba yun? So ito ata yung IPO niya. I think I traded it. Ay, hindi pa yan. Ayan ba? I think I traded it probably somewhere here. Dito ata. Basta napansin ko yung DNA niya parang ito after a big run up, hindi napapansin. Tapos yung halatang breakout nasalpak. Same thing here. So, case study 1. Ay, potek. Case study 1. Case study 2. Pati yung third na parang momentum, fade ka agad. Nung sinubukan dito, fade ka agad din. Then yung third tumuloy, though ngayon pulling back again. So, hirap i-trade to na momentum. I'm sure madaming cut, especially pag trade mo yung early on. Biggest thing for me here is dapat mag-hold na yung 650. If it's just a healthy retest, if it's gonna break the pattern, and sa all-time high levels naman siya. So, biggest thing for me is mag-hold yung 650, right? Magka, what we call a role reversal. Where the old resistance turns into a new support. Ace N. So, itong trades ito. Ace N starting to show signs of life. We have a initial breakout here. Parang triangle, flag, whatever you want to call it. I would say an immediate resistance would be around this 9 level. Feeling ko maraming ipit at that level, or a lot of people, maraming overhead supply. A lot of people may be looking to sell, maybe even take profit there. So I would say that's the first area where if you're just aiming for a swing trade, that would be the first level where I would either babato ko lahat or I would reduce the position by 33 to 50%. So that's a very significant level. If mabasag na yung 9, tapos yung next na dyan yung 10. Psych level resistance all-time high. After that, blue skies na. So interesting pa rin to observe now that after around 5-6 months of sleep, ASIN starting to move upwards again along with the strength of the market. So though I don't think it's going to, kasi yung monster move niya nangyari na eh. So ito naman, a pessimistic point of view sa ASIN. Para hindi na tayo puro bullish point of view. Well, di naman sa pessimistic, pero you're looking at both sides. Parang you're mentally prepared for both, diba? So, if you look at the left side of the chart, yung biggest run-up na nangyari na eh. Right? Lahat ng catalyst lumabas na. So, this can potentially be a swing trade opportunity, but if you look at it from a bigger picture perspective, mukha siyang distribution. If pinanood nyo yung market cycle video, di ba, this is what we call, distribution. Mark-up distribution. Or what Minervini calls, ganun pa rin, distribution. Stage 2, acceleration. Stage 3, distribution. So, in stage 2, marami mga mini-base, diba? Di ko na-highlight lahat. Pero mini-base, tight console, VCPs, etc., etc. Though here, if you take a look here, the base is very wide. Diba? And now, yung biggest test talaga is, kaya ba basagin yung 9 to 10? So yan yung kailangan mo antabayanan, diba? Or will that be a double top and then will it go to neglect or markdown phase? That's something we have yet to know. Or yet to know kapag aabot ba 9. But yun lang, dami ko lang sinabing point of view. Pero ang gusto natin mangyari, syempre, mabasag yung 9 tsaka yung 10. So something to observe. Ever ceiling bukas. Ano yung ever? Teka, di ko alam yan. Ever. Wow. Na-chart ko ba ito a few weeks ago? Pa-comment naman. Ano yun? Sige, wag na lang. May malakas ngayon. Sun? Sucks lang. PX, lumalakas ulit. Sorry, napunta ako sa ibang stock. Siguro PX, sige, mamaya si PX. Sabi ko si muna, si Ever. Gano'ng kabilis yung akyat nito? Mabilis. To be honest, I'm not the best, diba, to talk about ceiling plays. Parang, nasa PSE pa ako, di ako masyado. I got a few, though wala akong strategy per se to take advantage of ceilings. Parang nagkakataon lang na yung binibili ko minsan nagsisiling bigla. Or kasi nag-ceiling first day, titira ako na onte, tapos ceiling second day. Though wala talaga akong strategy for it. No? All I know is yung strategy at tinuro ni Spyfrat nung Investa Summit 2018. 2018. No? He talked about, if I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong, a high chance na it would go ceiling again the second day is if nag-up siya 20% sa opening pa lang. At the bare minimum, dapat up 20%. Dapat yung gap up niya 20%. Though, hindi ko sure kung tama yung memory ko. But nevertheless, congrats sa meron nito, di ba? Kung minumentum mo lang, right, 34%. But di ko alam kung expected to. Parang nasa mata to na marami. Kasi I don't remember this stock personally during nag-charting session ako. So, basta ako, pag may nakikita ako ng ceiling, yung first step ko lagi, at lalo na kung may hawak ako, i-highlight ko, ano ba saan dapat ako magbebenta. Kasi yung problema sa ceiling plays, marami gusto jackpot. Na puta na, triple, quadruple ceiling or whatever, nakakalimutan na nila magbenta. Diba? Parang hahawakan na lang hanggang walang hanggan. So, I would say first, pinaka-significant, okay. First ko pala ginagawa, minimeasure ko, saan ba yung double ceiling dito? So, kapag nag-double ceiling siya, not saying magdo-double ceiling ha, ito lang yung process ko. I-highlight ko muna yung level na yun. So, sakto yan sa dating resistance, di ba? Close to that level. So, highlight ko na yung level na yun. Second thing I would do is, on the way there, ano yung next pinaka-significant? Ito, 35. So, yung pinakamahalaga dito is di ka maging greedy, especially if bumili ka lang, right? Sa ceiling. Delikado yan eh, lalo na kung talagang basura move lang. Though I'm sure may catalyst to. For example, TBGI, I think this is a good example. Ito yung direct memory maalala ko. Parang, saan ba yun? Ito ata, tagal na pala. Pero, ito, somewhere here, twice nag-spike. Ito nung last year pa, parang pagka-ceiling, di ba? Gap down ka agad. So, kaya need mag-ingat din minsan. Same thing here. Right? Though di ko alam kung ano yung catalyst dito. Teka, may nag-message sa akin. Bakit ang dami nag-message sa akin? I have a new notification. Teka. Saan galing? Joke lang. So, yun. Ano nga ba yung point ko? Yeah. So, sorry, dami ko sinabi. Ang tingin ko mangyayari kay Every, hinighlight ko na yung levels, no? Yung next major resistance na nakikita ko. So, what I would do is, I would sell portions na on the way up. Hindi ko try pitikin yung top. Kasi kapag yung ceiling, pansin ko lang pag nakabenta na, buhusan eh. So, I would rather sell portions on the way up. Tapos sa pinaka major resistance na nakita ko, I would sell a good portion. Even if hindi ko na masakin yung buong ko. Kaya nag-double ceiling. Nagbenta na ako 70%. Tapos nag-triple ceiling pa. Hindi na ako masyadong mga bad trip kasi hindi mo talaga malalaman eh. Totoo lang kung ano mangyayari. Dito na pupasok yung luck, but siguro preparation, di ba? Dapat mentally prepared ka. So, number one, kung wala ka nito, kung nag-gap up bukas, ano gagawin mo? Bibili mo ba? Pwede naman. Basta may, let's say, 5-minute intraday consolidation, tapos basta may cut ka kagad kung mali, di ba? Quick cut lang pag mali. Kung wala ka pa nito. If bumili ka nito, tapos nag-gap down kagad bukas, ano gagawin mo? Kailangan mentally prepared ka sa ganun. So, kung may risk ng ganun, lalo nang kung walang catalyst, di ko alam kung meron, di ko alam kung wala. Dapat hindi ka nag-heavy size kagad. Dapat 5 to 10% pa lang. If meron ka nito sa initial breakout of 0.21, saan ka ngayon magbebenta? Kasi pag meron ka, lalo na kung good price, sa utak mo, double, triple, quadruple ceiling, di ba? Pero kailangan ready ka kung kailangan ka magbebenta. And ako, my personal opinion is I would much rather sell early then try to pick the top. Diba? Parang ayoko na makihalubilo sa lag or sa buhusan, no? A good experience example would be now a few years ago, mga 2 years ago sa Investa na kasi ako nito. Saan ba nangyari yun? Dito. Ito ba yun? Dito ata ako ito ba yun? Basta nag-ceiling siya dati, tapos di ko lang kung ano alam ko naman yung ginagawa ko, di ko lang sinusundan yung utak ko. So, bumili ako nito sa opening. I think naka-count pattern sa 3-minute chart. So, ang ganda ng price ko, di ba? So, ang nasa utak ko, nag-wish na ako ng triple ceiling kasi first time ko kumuha sa ceiling play na sobrang baba ng average ko relative sa closing price. Though, if tinechnicals ko lang, sana, dapat alam ko, magbibenta na dapat ako sa 4. Ano ba nangyari nung nag-gap up siya? Nung nag-gap up siya, umabot siya until up 47% eh. So, akala ko rin na baka multi-ceiling or something. Tapos dapat sa may 5. I think kung weekly mo pa or something, may mas malayo pang significant resistance din. So, medyo picture perfect. Right? Kung saan ka dapat magbebenta. But due to greed, ito nga di ko hinighlight. Ito lang eh. Nung nag-open, dapat magbebenta ako. Kasi yan yung parang sell 1/3 na signal ko talaga. Pero syempre, ang baba na average ko, up na ako 67%. Tapos, 30% or 35% allocated na ako throughout the day. So, yung average ko probably sa 2.7. Gap up ka agad ng up more than 20%. Sabi ko, spy flat rule to ah. So, yung ginawa ko, dinoble ko yung position ko. Right? Tapos, umakyat, syempre masaya. Nung bumaba, wala, iyak na lang. So, buti lang, nakalabas pa ako sa 3.8, 3.9. Though, yung average ko was significantly higher. So, laki nung gains na wala. Because of greed, di ba? Syempre, kung jumakpat, masaya. Though, mali na yung process. Di ba? Dami ko sinabi, pang-apat na chart pa lang to. So, kung tama ako, what would have happened was, I would have benefited from bad habits and I would probably do it again. Kasi walang reason for doubling up on... Una muna, there's always not a reason to double up on the position without a plan. Especially if nung first day, technically fully allocate especially if fully allocated ka na based on your original trading plan. Yung reason ba't ako nag-double up from 30 to probably 65% is kasi gusto ko jumakpat. So naging casino mentality na. Diba? Na may house money na akong profit, baka pwede na saluhin pag nagkamali. Sinalo nga, though masakit, diba? Pera na, naging bato pa. Parang ilang buwang sweldo na rin yun. So, yun lang, naalala ko lang. So, dun, yung biggest enemy ng seeding play is kapag one, wala kang hawak, yung FOMO. Something you have to control. Pag na-miss out mo, it is what it is, di ba? Number 2, pag meron ka, yung greed. Kailangan ready ka lagi magbenta. Diba? Ang tanggapin mo na, di mo maibenta sa tuktok. Diba? Kung nabenta mo sa tuktok, edi congrats, di ba? So, yun. Sorry, dami ko sinabi. Inom muna ako tubig. Teka, quick check lang sa US market. Shit. Joke lang. Up na pala yung hawak ko. Guys, check ko lang US at teka. Super quick lang. Baka meron ako kailangan bilhin. Sige, live trading while charting. Sa ng PSE. Next, Converge. Converge naman, ito, very healthy signs yung nakikita natin. I remember I highlighted na nung video ko yung nag-bottom na ba yung PSU or something, nalimutan ko yung title. Very important itong nangyari dito na hindi siya nag-buwaba lalo. O okay lang naman buwaba, sumausaw na onte. But so EMA 50 pinaka-important trail stop for Converge. So, highlighted by evidence at multiple tests of support. And now yung kagandahan dito is nag-retest lang, right? Hard retest but a successful one. So, and now it's trying to break the previous high of the initial breakout. The biggest thing for me kay Converge, itong 20 eh. Bakit? Kasi maraming ang ipit dyan. That's why yung first attempt na mag-breakout, nag-fade slightly. Hindi man nag-fade, but hindi tumuloy kaagad, which is okay lang. Which is okay lang as long as the stock rebounds agad, which is what Converge is in the process of doing. Mga ba yung point ko? So yeah, that's good. And now na, maybe a few people were able to sell at break even when the first run-up happened. And now it's turning back up. That shows sign of demand. Now the question is, will this second attempt be stronger than the first? And we can't answer that question until we see it happen. No? But 20 is I would say, the pinaka-significant resistance for Converge. And EMA 50 is the pinaka-important level of support. Shout out nga pala sa idol ko, si Boss Raymond, tsaka yung kaibigan ko, si Boss Carmelo. Shout out sa'yo, Boss Melo at Boss Raymond. Next. Nickel. Gusto ko itong bagong playlist. Oh no, naglag ba ang aking laptop? Oh no, wala. Di lumabas. Ito pa. Sorry, ayaw lumabas si Nickel. Mamaya na. Sige, PX. Baka naman si PX ayaw din lumabas. Ayun. I thought this red candle would be it for PX, to be honest. So, nakita ko to. Tapos, bad earnings ba or something? Hindi naman. So, I thought that would be it. Parang magkaka-strong pullback. But, I would say the play here isn't dead as long as mag-hold tong previous high, itong 6.5. So, as di way below that level, I would say this is still a healthy play. Though, I'm sure marami na pa-cut. Diba? Parang quick momentum inside candle. Tapos, nalpak. Mapapakat ka ba pag gano'ng kalalim? Yeah, 7, 8, 9% pag may comms. Cut ka talaga dyan. Lalo na dito. But now, trying to recover. I would say, kung momentum phase talaga yung market, dapat madali na lang itong 750 kay PX. So, parang kung mamicroin mo, aantayin mo na lang na mabasag yung 750. Or, ang pwede mo nang gawin, if you're trying to get it cheaper, if magbigay pa ng, say, another dip, sa may 685 level, that might be a level that can be attractive. Tapos quick cut ka na lang kapag nag-below ka agad. Kasi 6.75, 6.73, 6.69, kabala. Quick cut ka agad, di ba? So yan, medyo minamicro ko na yung mga kandila, but parang sa maliit siya na range, nag-form siya maliit na range. So, pag ilagay natin sa hourly, ganyan yung itsura. So, I remember nung nasa Phoenix, sa Phoenix program ni JC Chaniberio, that was 2018, college pa ako. One lesson na tinuro sa amin nun was itong, ba tawag dun? Candle something, whatever. Basta, pag sa intraday may conso, what you want to see is, it's at least at 50% of the range. That's a healthy sign, no? So, basta yan. It's 50% is ito yung median, no? Itong gitnang line. So, kasi holds above that level, pwede. Pag hindi ako nagla-live, walang nagme-message sa akin. Pero pag nagla-live ako, ang dami nagme-message. GMA 7. One moment, US market. RVLV na potso. Wait lang parang be-breakout na kasi isa kong binabantayan eh. Okay, hindi pa naman. Nag-retrace na konti. Umaya na. Wow! Tumuloy na pala. Nakakaingit naman yung PSE. So there you go. I would say the earliest level of buying should have probably started here. Tapos tranche up ka pag nabasag to. That would be how I would approach it. So ito na yung hina-highlight ko before. GMA 7, at least to my knowledge, is kung napanood nyo yung video din bull na ba yung PSU, whatever, yung YouTube video ko. Hina-highlight ko rin to. See, interesting sa akin dito is not what it did before, but what it's doing now. So before umangat because of dividends, tapos yun na yung catalyst, so bumagsak na dapat dedo na. Though, even way after that catalyst, di ko lang kung may bago, di ko alam if it's because wala siyang direct competitor talaga na malupit, but if yun talaga yung major catalyst ng advance, pero nag-gap down na pagkatapos ibigay yung malaking dividends, tapos price is still telling you na, okay, teka, matibay pa ako. There might be something bigger na I probably don't know about kasi I haven't done my research on it, no? But ito ay na-highlight natin, yung 950, yung 52-week high before, up 5% from that level. Yeah, so congrats sa meron nito. Kung wala ka nito, diba, wag mo FOMO, antayin ng continuation pattern, antayin ng retest. Or yeah, yun ang dalawa continuation pattern or retest. Kasi I wouldn't buy something above this high already from the initial breakout point which I would have wanted, which was here, diba? Which would have been there. So, and kung may hawak ka, diba, next thing to do is to highlight saan ba yung next significant resistance kung saan dapat ako magbebenta. Or at least mag-observe diligently kung ano gagawin nyo sa level na yun. And I would say that's still close to 11. Though, 10 psych level, whole number, first double-digit number, still something to take a look at. Diba? If it can break that easily, tingin ko madali na. And maganda yung market. Sorry, pumiyok ako. Set na muna ko. And maganda yung market, dapat madali na lang yung 10.50 to 11. Hindi mo madali, but mataas yung probability dapat na umabot doon, no? So, if not, edi cut, diba? Two sides of the coin, lagi tayo prepared. But yeah, point is 52-week high lakas. So, yun. Nice. Congrats. Yun lang naman. Si John Lloyd ang catalyst. Bakit? GMA na ba si John Lloyd? Dito. Hindi ko ma-chart si dito. Alright. Okay, game. Dito. So, dito. If lagay natin sa intraday. Parang ito yung setup Cup with handle sa intraday. Parang trying to break above this high. Pero kung i-daily mo na lang, parang EMA 50 lang no? Hindi siya, it's trying to break EMA 50 sa daily, trying to reclaim that level. Though, actually, it looks pretty okay if you look at it from an early perspective as well. High volume run up, tapos the consolidation, which looks like a cup with handle, is on very low volume while forming a VCP in the early. Right? From a 17% decline to a 7% decline to now a 5% decline. So, that's what we call a volatility contraction pattern when the pullbacks get less and less volatile, no? So that's something taught in Mark Minervini's book, Trade Like a Stock Market Wizard. So the biggest thing for me is basta mabasag lang yung 10.20 and yung EMA 50. That would be a potential hindi ko masabi na malakas sa momentum play, but probably something that can maybe reach itong gap level resistance, especially if the index or if the general market sentiment is bullish for this week until next week. Baka may potential momentum play, right? 17%, something to observe na lang din. Since very tight na rin yung price action, yung consolidation, if pumutok yan, right? Potentially, baka mangyari to. So, yeah. Yun lang naman. Something to observe din dito. Though I would place tight stops immediately, probably, kung ita-trade ko to, directly below EMA 50, directly below 950. So, parang, yung risk-reward mo sa trade na to is kung sagarin mo, lalim pala ng cut ko. So, probably not as deep as that. Probably below 9.6. Basta below EMA 50. No? Gagalaw pa naman yung EMA 50 pag umangat yan. So, probably, yeah, right below 9.6 siguro, 6%. So, 1:2 na rin. Pwede na, sakto lang. Quick swing trade lang talaga. O if gusto nyo, tight talaga, di below this low here, though EMA 50 pa rin for me is the biggest level of support intraday. So, yeah. Si Roblox, ayaw tumuloy. Chong. Wait lang. Next. Madam Carissa, good evening. PRMX, tsaka DELM. PRMX, tsaka DELM. Ano nangyari dito? Ouch, napotsu. So, dead yun naman. So, hindi pa tumuloy ito na matindi. Not really much to comment here except dapat kung retest lang to, dapat hindi na to mag-close below 3.5. Yun lang yun. So, though medyo bad signal for me yung pullback niya, hindi siya, teka, sumasakit yung likod ko sa electric fan. So, yung bad thing lang, I mean, hindi naman bad, but yung nakaka-off lang sa retest niya is the candle today was on high volume on the downside. No? Okay, sana pag dahan-dahan lang mabagsak, di ba? Though ito medyo malaki. Not as big as a breakout, but above average. So, initial warning sign. But regardless, price is king. So, as long as it holds above 3.5, or kahit sumasaw below, but bumawi ka agad, it may be a potential retest opportunity for those who missed out on the initial breakout. Di ba? So yeah, basta 3.5 mag-hold. Di ba? Yeah, next. DELM. Delm. Oy. Malakas na pala to. Okay to. No value traded nito? 22M lang. So now the question is this gonna be a cup without a handle, or will this fade and form a handle, or will it fade and not form anything at all? But teka, drawingan ko lang. I mean, now the question is, tomorrow will we see follow through, no? So ito na yung parang pinaka-momentum na play na na kung tumuloy, di masaya tayo lahat. Sakto lang. Tas parang may next resistance 17.2, but I don't think it's that significant. Sakto lang. But ito na yung worry ko sa mga ganitong itsura na unless it's a good market, di wala problema. Strong volume as well. Tapos actually, successful breakout na yan kung body lang yung basehan mo. Yan na yan Mag-weak yung basehan mo, which is subjective naman. But if we're basing it off of this, yung initial high, yung kagandaan dito is, if we count this as a consolidation, it's a low volume consolidation, right? Followed by a high volume breakout. So now, the question is tomorrow, will we see follow through kagad? And yun yung gusto natin makita. If not, ayos lang. But if yes, di parang ito na yung momentum na setup talaga. Yung above 16. And I would say, after that 20 na yung pinaka-significant. Though, di ko sabi aabot doon, but yung pinaka-significant na next na for me is yung 18 to 20. But yeah, something to observe na lang tomorrow. If wala ka nito, di ba, and you're looking to get into it, hopefully it won't gap up too high, no? If you're trying to get into it. If ever it does gap up. But, yeah, observe na lang. Parang tomorrow talaga malaman kung ano yung say dito. If it can have strong follow-through, it didn't close above the wick so kailangan may strong follow-through tomorrow. If mag-pull back, ayos lang din naman. Baka mag-set up na handle or something. But Generally, would I trade this? Parang siguro kasi lumalakas yung market, though I would probably come in with a smaller position muna since walang proper base coming into the breakout eh. So yun. Though maganda yung volume, so next, PMX tapos na, Converge tapos sa DNL. Wait lang ah. Next, DNL. To, break na ba ng high to? So DNL trying to break out or nag-break out na pala, holding above the breakout point. If I'm not mistaken, is this a blue chip or a medium cap? I think di naman ata to blue chip. So I think a much slower mover, no, less volatile as well. So much better, especially if you're working full time. So nag-breakout na, very important na mag-hold above 8. Ideally, di na sana mag-below 8 or mag-close below 8. It can maybe console above that level, but the next biggest resistance for me is sa may 9 to 950. So yan, mga 15 to 18% yung upside mo dito if you're looking to sell at resistance. So pwede na, di ba? Another play, parang coming out of a long con, so potential breakout, di ba? Baka maging katulad siya ni ano ba yung company yung LTG na blue chip last year, pero ang lakas pala nung move. Dito, hindi ko to na-expect dito last year. Parang blue chip, kala ko mabagal lang, pero tumuloy naman, no? Though, albeit malakas din yung market sobra. Ang 38%, mabilis lang. So, di ko kasi sabi na gagawin yung DNL, but generally a slower mover. Diba? It inches its way up, doesn't really skyrocket, but still coming out of a long base looks interesting to me. Gusto ko i-play yung pinakaunang music kanina. Medyo maganda yung vibes na. Next. So we have a question from Paul. Hi Sir Tom, ilan years ka sa market bago mo sabi na consistent profitable trader ka na? I mean, and guys, if you have any questions, feel free to, baka pwede ko isingit, no? Para may kwentuhan session din. I mean, I would say na I'm still in the process of achieving that, no? Some people say 3, some people say 5. But I would say it depends on the person. It depends on 3 things. Depends on access to information. So, which is honestly, there's access everywhere, di ba? Investa University is one, and my favorite, syempre biased. But the 2 biggest thing is focus and commitment. Kasi trading is not determined by intelligence. If you read the books, even the most highest IQ people, PhD, some economists, some of them don't succeed as traders or in the market because smarts cannot outmaneuver the market, diba? Or book smarts, right? You don't need a diploma to be in the market. You don't need some form of, if you are a personal trader, right? You trade for yourself. You don't need some form of license, diba? To open an account, right? So everything is accessible to everyone now. Unlike nung panahon ni na Minervini, 1980s, 1990s, learning materials. If you're lucky enough to get a mentor like Michael Marcus, Market Wizard, yung pinakaunang page ng Market Wizard, si Michael Marcus, mentor na si Edsay Cota. Right? Very lucky. A Market Wizard had another Market Wizard as his mentor. So, that's one. Noong panahon, right? It's either you had that or you had books. Wala akong masyadong literature dati. They keep the older books keep going back to the same titles. reminiscences of a stock operator, how to trade like a stock market wizard, how to make money in stocks by William O'Neill. Paulit-ulit lang yung list of names, right? Nung title. Sige, lakayan ko muna mukha ko. But at the end of the day, if you look at it now, sobrang daming books. Sobrang daming videos, sobrang daming articles, sobrang daming mentor, sobrang daming ganito, sobrang daming ganyan. So access to information is actually widespread. Don't even have to make an effort to look for it. Type mo lang sa YouTube, trading, or how to trade, or support and resistance, right? Pero ngayon yung question is, and for me, super underrated yung level of focus and level of commitment. Diba? Kasi, when your level of focus or your level of commitment is at its peak, you're always prepared. The level of preparation is always at its highest as well. And really, the way to be successful in the market is you have to be prepared. Diba? Success is when preparation meets opportunity. Diba? And everything's in your control. Kahit alam mo lahat, pero di ka naman pupasok sa market, meaning di ka prepared, di ka naman nag-trading plan, babara-bara ka lang, wala din mangyayari, diba? So, but yeah, anyway, to answer the question, consistency for me is not achieved, it's maintained. No? So, you can be consistent for a year, you have a certain process that you do, you have a certain process, you have a certain routine that you do as a trader, and you're disciplined with your trading plan, you do all these shits the right way, and you're making money. But the question is, can you stay consistent the next year, and the next year, and the next year, and the next year, and the next year? And I'm saying years, because I'm not talking about months, no? I'm here for the long game, right? I'm here to be here, right? Hanggang may lolo na ako or something. So, the question for me is, how long can I maintain it? Am I consistent now? To be honest, not at the level that I want to be, because of a lot of internal problems. No? But getting there, right? So I would say I was much more consistent before, but I'm trying to get to that level again now. But the next step is now, how can I maintain it once I achieve the level of consistency that I want? No. I just saw a tweet just before doing the live by Edmund Lee, right, from COL. Stan Druckenmiller did 30 for 30. Get that 30, bro, yung ginawa niya. Meaning, he did 30% annual returns for 30 years. And he's recognized as one of the greatest traders of all time. 30% for 30 years. A lot of people want to double their money in crypto tomorrow. Diba? At the end of the day, consistency is not trading and just getting money. It's about keeping the money as well. It's about so many things. But yeah, okay, stray away now from the question. To answer the question is, I wouldn't put a number on it. So it's faster for others, it's slower for others, depending on the three things I mentioned. But now to the point I'm trying to make now is yung maintaining consistency. My benchmark would be trying to do 30% for 30 years. Imagine gaano kahirap yun. That means through bear markets as well, Stan Druckenmiller was able to do 30%. And that's considering the level of assets under management as well, which can pose as a hindrance in trading. Especially if di ko alam kung yung assets under management niya. But dito lang sa PSE, kung 20 million yung hawak mo as an individual trader, kunyari, hindi mo na basta-basta titira yung mga basura, diba? So liquidity starts to become a problem. So imagine if billions under management or hundreds of millions under management ka, I'm sure Stan Druckenmiller should have hundreds of millions or more. I'm just not sure. Liquidity probably poses as an issue as well. And despite that, he went 30 for 30. So that's my benchmark na try ko abutin. Yung parang God mode na consistent ka. Yeah. What would your advice be to a 16-year-old trader like me? Just go with it. No, just sorry, nakita ko yung comment ng girlfriend ko. Ay, napindot. So, I think the biggest mistake I made when I was 18 was I wanted it Mr. or Ma'am GPB is I wanted it too fast. I wanted it too fast na at my age now, 21, I wanted to be a 10 millionaire by 21 or something, which is okay naman to have goals, but for me, the biggest advice I can do is just stay the course and be patient. And the biggest advantage you have over everyone else is time. Parang the biggest advantage you have over me is you're 5 years younger than me. Diba? So, if you're young and you're starting out, which is a good thing, you have a lot of room for errors, you have a lot of room for mistakes. But the biggest mistake you can make is to want it too fast. Why? Because it can lead you to make shortcuts. And shortcuts that in the bigger picture, diba, it just doesn't help you win talaga. So, just be patient. Take it one step, take it one step at a time. Diba? Don't rush into it. Don't try to be a millionaire tomorrow. Diba? Sorry. So, yun eh. Yun yung biggest talaga pag may nagtatanong sa akin pag bata pa. Don't have high goals, but don't kick yourself pag di mo naabot yung first million mo after 6 months. Unless, of course, your starting portfolio was already 800,000. But, you know, let's put it in context lang. No? But yeah, you get the point. What was it like interviewing money growers? Masaya. Boss MG, good friend of ours sa Investa, speaker multiple times at a lot of our events. I personally learned from him before, you know, before I was here doing all of these videos and stuff. Until today, I still watch yung mga day trading videos niya. Even if hindi ako day trader, I try to learn a thing or two still from his process, di ba? Kasi makikita mo, meron pang charting. Sorry, napakwento lang. But I will go to that again. Yeah, I try to learn, you know, what I try to get out of Aki is yung level of dedication niya to number one, in trading, and number two, in content creation. Because creating content, especially for someone like me who's been doing it for 2 years, there's a certain level of, you know, artistic burnout na parang di mo na alam kung ano gagawin mo. No? So, seeing how he's doing it, his process, it's inspiring to me as well. The way he edits his videos, his mess, the way he gives his message to the audience, the way he handled his community, ganda. Masasabi mo ba na para lang sa mental tough ang trading? Yup. Yeah, 100%. Okay, game. Bike as chart, sir. Namig no electric man sa likod. MWC tapos AB. MWC parang medyo parang limbo eh. Parang wala masyadong nangyayari for the longest time. In 2020, it kind of inched its way up, right? So, pero sakto lang eh, no big moves has been coming out of this stock lately. Ang wala talagang strong breakout that leads to a very strong trend. Maybe if you're trying to trade it talaga, I guess you can look at ito, may quick na swing opportunity, right? If you can break this downtrend line here, maybe we can call this a triangle or something. Pennant or whatever. We have a 12, 10, 12, 13% upside. Sakto lang. But I think there's a better opportunities for me. I don't think MWC medyo bagal eh. So, pwede naman, di ba? If you're into more of these chill stocks, diba? Nothing wrong with that naman. Though, ako personally, diba? Since I'm giving my opinion on this, I would probably look for much faster moving stocks, diba? Na mas mataas na yung upside. Kasi ito medyo chill lang eh. Medyo chill lang siya gumalaw eh. Hindi siya parang nung nagka-capitulation talaga before. Yung dito. Di na siya ganun eh. Di na siya parang momentum na crazy eh. Parang sakto lang. Ito umakyat buong 2020 pero medyo chill lang, diba? Unless sinawakan mo mula somewhere here, yung pinaka-high niya, 15 ata, okay naman. Though yun mahabang hawak with deep pullbacks as well. So yun, sakto lang. Maybe. AB. So, Atok, Big Wedge Company. Okay, so initial eye test, my inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, I would say the neckline break 1070 tapos 11 psych level resistance. I would say wait for that level siguro. For that level to break, and then maybe initial resistance would be somewhere here sa may 13. Though malayo na siya, probably sell a little bit on the way up. The 20% okay naman, right? So inverse head and shoulders, let's see if magka-breakout. Though ang ganda ng volume past 2 days, medyo nag-fade lang today, probably selling from those na naipit from the previous run up here. But yeah, interesting din. Inverse head and shoulders. Actually, I've been seeing this a lot. At least I've been seeing this AB ba yun or AP? Hindi ko maalala. Baka hindi siguro to. But yeah, something interesting din. May setup din naman, diba? Chart-wise. So yeah, bantayan lang din. Tapos, observe na lang, right? Sa may 13. So, pang 20% yung upside mo. Holcim. Oops. Wow. Gumalaw na pala to. Holcim, can someone, actually di makailangan, but I guess if, okay naman daw, we have a bottoming out conso pattern here, we have a breakout followed by a gap up. I'm not really sure ano yung catalyst nito, no, but 70%, congrats sa mga nakakuha. But if I'm not in the stock already earlier than the gap up, I probably wouldn't be too interested in it now. Kasi wala kang setup eh. Nag-gap up na eh. Unless i-intradayin mo, right? Kung may setup man, which I'm sure meron. Right? Though, sakto lang. Parang ako, personally, pass na ako. Kasi gumalaw na eh. I would wait for another continuation pattern to happen. So, for example, maybe we can have a consolidation here. Then maybe that's a strong sign. Diba? But for now, sorry, dami kong piyok. But for now, ano na ako, parang congrats sa nakuha, di ko nakuha. So move on tayo sa next opportunity. Yeah, but congrats sa mga nakakuha. Div play, okay, dividend play. Mau Flores. BSC. BSC, sakto lang eh. Parang hindi na masyado gumagalaw itong mga basura of early 2021 eh. BSC, APL, parang I don't even know if MRC is doing anything right now. A lot of them are consolidating eh. Though tahimik na sila, if the market is in the mood for some basura place, I mean, at any moment, pwede pumitik. But that goes for both sides of the coin, diba? At any moment, pwede pumitik on the upside. At any moment, pwede buhusan on the downside. So that's the risk you're taking here. But I think the hourly chart would make the pattern look better. Pang may consolidation ka. So, baka may, sa daily may EMA 50. I would say, let's say 85, 86, 87. Baka malayo na 87. Yeah, 85, 86, 87. Baka pang breakout opportunity tapos quick swing. Though, hindi ko na alam kung gaano kalakas na yung interest ng market here if nagka-rotational shift na ng interest, di ba? Parang una, last ng 2020 sa mga legit names, tapos ang daming basura lumipat early 2021. Tapos ngayon, parang yung napapansin ko, yung mga umaangat na names, a lot of them are not the same names as before, no? So pwede naman, right? If we have a quick play here, 20% din. Though, ewan ko lang. Something to observe pa rin, given na ang tight ng price action. Tapos may mini base dyan from May to June. Maybe something you can swing trade, diba? Or quick momentum trade. Something to observe pa rin. Yeah. So yun. But when momentum starts to get here, it will probably get more volatile considering penny stock. And the thing about penny stocks is kailangan precise yung entry mo. Based sa plano mo. So 1 cent or 2, or 1, but 2-3 cents too high can mean na you're taking on too much risk if you're keeping the same position size as your initial trading plan, or you're buying it too high, you're putting too little of position size because your position size should be on the basis of your VAR, which is too long to explain. Basta yun, if you're buying too high based on your original plan, ang liit na lang na size na malalagay mo, di mo rin mapupuruan talaga. But yun, I would say 85, 86, 87 would be an interesting level to keep an eye on, especially if it can break that easily. Guys, pa-comment na lahat ng stocks sa gusto nyo. Maybe we can do last 5. 1 hour na rin, I think. Marami na na-share, marami. Nadaanan ko majority na interesting, no? So, masakit na muna ko. It's pretty late na. Gising kasi ako na 6 tomorrow. So, I might end after 5 stocks, and then at the end of the charting session, maybe we can do a few Q&As. If anyone has any questions on the month, so you can type it down now. And then, may paraffle, diba, with our good friends from the trading community, si Patag, di mga mousepads sila, sobrang ganda. I'll be giving one away to our Investa Prime family, Investa Prime subscribers. I'll be just doing a quick raffle for that as well. So, yun. So, wait. Paano nga ba mag-invite ng tao pumasok sa stream? Ito. Copy to clipboard. Wait lang Okay, game. So, Mary Mart, after a bounce, diba? Now, it's kind of above, diba? Sabi ko, parang baka mag-retest na, mag-breakdown. Doon nag-recover naman. So, ito na rin yung hina-highlight ko before, kaya mabasag na yung EMA 50. Tapos, yung next dyan is itong 550 na level. Yung talaga momentum, I would say, an approach here could be tranche 1, tranche 2. Diba? Dalawang tranche based on momentum plays. Or you can just wait for talagang yung 550, yung pinaka-significant. Kasi pwede mangyari is, after bili dyan, untog agad, 12% upside, pwede na rin, especially if quicker trader ka, yun lang yung habol mo, di why not, diba? But ako, I'm looking for a bigger move, right? So, if malakas yung market, if it can break 570, 550 rather, hindi baka next na dyan, bigger picture, medium term, hindi agad-agad, would probably be, I would say somewhere around 7 and above. Diba? Though medium term na yan, di na yan basta-basta. And maybe something you can try to do as well is you can draw a downtrend line here. Diba? And you can kind of see they're kind of close to each other in downtrend line resistance and yung horizontal resistance here. So, yeah, I think that 550 is very significant. ASN, tapos na Vita. Third ko din nakita yan. So, 2 out of 5, tapos Q&A. Vita, sakto lang, parang ewan ko, walang volume eh. 900,000 value traded, penny stock, walang trend talaga, sideways lang. Yeah, unang tingin pa lang, parang medyo pass na ako. I would maybe kailangan nito catalyst para magka-demand, magka-interest, di ba? From institutions and the public. I think there are a lot of better opportunities, di ba, compared sa Vita. Though I'm sure may setup yan here and there, but I think there are better opportunities din. FNI tapos MAC. Okay. FNI, so I assume, di ko boss in nickel chart, di ko naman bakit. So I assume probably similar to nickel. I would say what's interesting now is it's having a console within the console, right? So it's having a smaller console within a bigger console. So we have a small area of opportunity here. Parang pwede ka mag-accumulate dyan, or you can maybe trade the smaller breakout and then wait to add on the bigger breakout. But bigger picture for me is, ito talaga. This one's interesting. It has a smaller consolidation. So, if yung bias mo is nickel prices might go higher. I think nickel is still the leader talaga. Like you stock na nickel, but FNI still can also be a play here. Diba? So, daming approach. So, pwedeng anticipatory position ka sa loob ng maliit na base. Tapos, add sa breakout ng bigger base. Or pwedeng yan yung, ito, basis mo. Tapos, gusto mo lang, swing trade lang. Diba? Quick, pagka-breakout, bentahan mo ka agad sa tres. So, depende na sa approach mo yan. Diba? 17-16%. So, depende na sa'yo. But something interesting to observe din, I guess. But though, in the bigger picture, kung yung bigger picture based basayan mo, medyo wide it's a very wide base, right? So probably for swing trading, right? But if a bigger picture play was to come out of here, the consolidation has to get tighter on the right side of the base, no? So ang ganda sana pag itong part na to nangyari sana dito sa itaas. That would have been interesting. No, but yun, nasa gitna. So baka may swing trade opportunity. Mac. Ano nyo, baka sumasakit yung lalamunan ko. Kasi palagi ako sumisigaw. Baka dapat medyo hinako yung boses ko. Okay, Mac. Let's go. So, Mac, nagka-initial bounce ka dito. As in, dulo ng walang hanggan na bounce sa may 4. But looking at it now, I would say, ito na yun yung next major resistance mo. Close to 6. So maybe, since nagka-initial run-up na, what I would personally like to see is for Mac to consolidate below that level. Pwede naman tuloy-tuloy lang, but consolidations tend to show that the stock is healthy, no? And hindi lang maliit yung upside. Kasi pwedeng tumuloy, pero upside mo, 650, ganyan. Dahil nang coming from a strong bounce, no? If tumuloy lang yan, from the bounce all the way to 650, 60% na yun, di ba? So, if momentum trade, baka yan na lang yung upside mo, ganyan. But if it can give a consolidation, it's a much healthier sign and gives you a higher probability of success for a potentially a much bigger move, no? So yan, something to observe din here, no, na mag-conso muna siya. Yeah. Ay. Okay, last. BHI. Tsaka LAN. Sige, BHI tsaka LAN. Last two, BHI tsaka LAN. BHI, ito, sakto lang parang mukha siyang magpo-form kasi na head and shoulders, pero ayoko namang pangunahan, no? Right. Okay, ayoko na ituloy yung drawing. Pangit. So, parang left shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? Though, hindi pa naman confirm kasi walang breakdown neckline, but pwede rin alternative view dyan is, lakas ng music. Alternative view would be if it can break this level, potential momentum. So, depends on what you're looking at, no? So, yeah, let's see. I think the biggest thing for BHI is kailangan mabasag yung 0.1190, yung level na yan, 0.12, you know? So, yeah. Last na yung land, and then maybe we can do Q&A if meron. I'll do the raffle, and then while we're doing the raffle, if anyone has any questions, you can type it in. So, land, sakto lang, parang trying to churn up, right, along with the strength of the market na rin. I would say this level could probably give you a small momentum play. Parang if i-momentum mo lang hanggang mga 250, ganyan. Baka pwede, or maybe a little lower dyan sa high ng kandila na yun. 17%, ganyan. Mukha siyang, hindi ko alam kung sa early, kung mukhang inverse head and shoulders ba. Kind of. So kind of looks like an inverse head and shoulders in the early chart. So very quick momentum play. Pwede, right? If tumuloy, something to observe as well. Tapos quick sell ka lang. I don't think it can make a bigger move other than that without a catalyst because maraming ipit dito. So again, can be a huge area of oversupply. Yeah. So yun. Okay, so basta na alam muna ko. I'll end the charting session there. But again, if anyone has any questions, what we're gonna do is I'll do the raffle. for our Team Prime family. So again, pag part ka na Investa Prime subscriber ka, not only do you get features and learning, you also get free raffles like this kasi we just really appreciate all of the support and all of our subscribers. So, game, ilabas na natin yung wheel. Right? So, we will be giving away or our good friends from the trading community. They own a small business called Patag. Right? And they're gonna be giving away a mouse pad to one of our Investa Prime subscribers. So ito yung, I believe ito yung design na ibibigay. It's called the Magiting design or the Magiting colorway. So congrats na lang sa mga kukuha nito. Diba? So check their Facebook page out, Instagram, Patag. Diba? And if you guys maybe have a small business, hey, you want to partner up with us sa mga live sessions natin sa Investa, just let us know. We'd love to support you, especially if you're part of the trading community. So, and if you want to do any giveaways for anyone, diba? So yun. So just ask the questions if meron. I'll answer maybe 2 to 3 if meron. Shout out kay Paul Nestor Ladera. Right? Subscriber daw. So yun. Let's choose our winner. Congratulations, ma'am or boss. And you are actually our final winner ng Patag Mousepad. So congrats. Oy! Congrats to Soral. Si boss dyan. So di ko lang kung nanonood ka, boss. But yeah. Congrats. Kakilala ko. So, nakatuwa lang. So, congrats. Gamer ba si Soral? Alam ko maganda yung computer nun eh. So, yun. I'm sure magagamit mo yan, bro. Congrats. Okay, ubos sa tubig ko. May dumi sa loob. Okay. Check out their Facebook page. By the way, guys, for our Team Prime members as well, Millionaires Cup 3 is going to be on June 24, I believe, or June 21, Monday. So, hopefully we can see you guys there as well. Circuit 3. So, yeah, maybe I can answer a few questions before we end. Tatanong ni Stephen Anthony Torres, do you buy only on breakouts? Sorry, wait lang. And immediately sell on resistance. So, hindi naman. I mean, sometimes I would do anticipatory positions inside the base. Depende sa approach or depende sa market environment. If it's an environment that momentum trades have high hit rates based on what you're seeing, maybe something like few weeks ago, daming momentum trades, diba? Then I would buy on the breakout, right? And depending on the market environment, yung question na sell ka sa resistance. Siyempre, pag all-time high, 52-week high, you want to hold on to that winner, right? For a potential big move. But if it's, for example, coming out of a bottoming out pattern like an inverse head and shoulders, usually I would sell not everything, but depends on your approach. Depends on how the market's doing it. If it's coming out of a bottoming phase, tapos malakas yung market, though yun nga, coming out of a bottoming phase, baka may overhead supply, what you could do is you could sell half, right? You could sell half at resistance, and then yung remaining half, you could trail stop it. You could use EMA 50, EMA 20, EMA 50, EMA 69, kung ano man yung trip mo, na trail stop. So at least 50% of the position, you're still holding it for a potential big move. And so that's an approach na called tranche selling na you could apply as well. Para pag bumagsak, at least nakabenta ka ng onti sa resistance. Pag bumakyat, at least nakapag-hold ka ng kalahati for a bigger move, di ba? Do you think the Philippine market has better opportunities than the Western market at the current moment? So, I would say the short term, yes. Given lang yung strength ng PC and the individual stocks showing strength coming out of bases and more 52-week highs coming out, for the past week and a half, 2 weeks. Would it be better opportunities? I mean, I think that's hard to answer. What I would say is the PSE is getting interesting, especially if the strength can continue. Right? So, the difference kasi with PSE, for example, US market, sa PSE, limitado lang kasi stocks. Onti lang. Right? But, kung malakas yung market, there's a good handful amount na malakas din. But sa US, even if the market is na sideways, medyo mahina compared to the PSE, maraming stocks, maraming opportunities, diba? Albeit, might not go up as fast, right? As some stocks are going up now sa PSE, but it's hard to answer which is better. It's a hard question for me to answer. So kung at the current moment, yung context ng question at the current moment, it's hard to answer. I would probably be 60-40. 60-40, yes. 40% sakto lang. Pero bottom line is, at the moment, malakas yung PSE. So yun. But I still trade, the other markets as well. So yan. Which sector would be your reopening winner? Man, I'm not really the best to answer that. Ako kasi, I don't do sector analysis eh. Personally lang, honestly lang, I don't do sector analysis. That's a question that Bear would be the best to answer. Right? That Bear would be the best to answer, not me. But because the way I move is I don't focus on the sectors, I focus on the stocks. So I focus on the individual leaders, regardless of what sector you're coming from. Right? But yeah, important is sector analysis, no? Na parang, especially if you have a macro view, na parang, okay, if this happens, I think this sector can benefit. Like COVID, diba? Sa US, when COVID happened, what sector benefited? If you had an outlook on that, you would have known that tech would probably be the best, diba? And it was the best option because all people are at home and all that things. But ako kasi my approach is I let the individual stocks lead me to the strong sectors. And regardless, I'll still trade the leaders naman, diba? So parang kung ako, focus ako sa individual stocks. Kung nagkataon, nasa XX na sector, sa tech sector, I would look at other stocks na rin siguro sa tech sector. But my goal is just to get the leader, the individual stock leader, which should eventually show me na, okay, it looks like this sector is the strongest. How long can it go, right? So, but that specific question, Bear is really the best person to answer that question. So maybe you can message his Facebook page, Bear Your Trades. I'm sure sagutin niya yun. Same with your question, Paul. Though I don't know kung bull cycle na to. My mindset would be just to gatasan lang yung current strength as much as possible. May balita na ba sa shorting? Hindi ko rin alam. Matagal ng balita pero wala pa nangyayari. Or wala pang update. So, or baka meron. Hindi ko rin alam eh. Sa shorting situation na sa PSE. Magkakaroon or not. So, I mean, sana, that would make the market interesting. Though sa mga virtual trading competitions sa Investa, pwede shorting. Pwede rin actually kung pa-practice ka lang sa virtual trade, pwede rin mag-short. Pero virtual trade lang. Thoughts on the book Trading Code by Jason Cam? Must read, especially if you're beginning. If you're starting, if you know technical analysis already, you watch Investa University, it's a good refresher. A lot of Philippines, kasi a lot of books, they use US stocks example eh. US stocks as an example kasi US yung author. But Jason Cam, I don't know if he's a Filipino, but uses Philippine stocks as an example. So nakaka-relate tayo, especially sa mga newbies dyan. So must read, in my opinion. Something I read, I think twice or 3 times. Now starting. I'm not built for solo charting anymore. Ang sakit na lalamunan ko. Actually, dapat kasama ko si Bear eh. Though, si Bear maaga natutulog eh. So, maybe next week, invite natin si Bear. Invite din natin si JC. That would be fun, no? Kapag kami tatlo. So, ayun. May questions pa ba, guys? Na trading, yeah. Maybe I can answer one more na that can benefit the whole audience that's still here. Maybe I'll give another minute. So one last. Side na nalamunan ko. And I'm out of water. Pwede ba magamit? Okay, last 2. Pwede ba magamit yung 500 pesos gift ni Investa pandadag sa M-Cup? I'm not sure but I believe pwede siya gamitin sa Investa Prime subscriptions which should give you an automatic entry to the Millionaires Cup. last question for the night. Unless may lumabas na interesting, pilitin natin. How do I know if a stock is in a downtrend or if it's just a pullback? Or I think a better question is, hindi, okay. So kung downtrend, I mean, if you're comparing a downtrend to a pullback, a downtrend kasi is trending downwards. Though a pullback is just a pullback can be defined as just a healthy correction on a move on its way to a higher move, right? So I think a good way to answer the question is to put it in the context of how do you know if a pullback is just a pullback or if it's a beginning of a downtrend. I think that's a good way to answer the question. Parang how would you know if, for example, yung Converge kanina, right? Or PRMX, for example, how would you know if it's just a pullback? How would you know if it's just a pullback or if it's a beginning of a downtrend? If we're putting it in a context of a breakout, I would say it's a warning sign if the stock goes back inside the base. I wouldn't say it is an immediate start of a downtrend, but that would be a warning sign if it goes back inside the base. Though, okay na naman yun. Sometimes it goes back in the base and breaks out again. But if it goes back in the base and if it goes out of the base on sakto lang na volume and then it goes back in the base with a lot of volume sa downside, that would be a big warning signal for me. But really, the way to say that it's a downtrend, I would say it has to break from a larger context. It has to break in key support levels of that stock. For example, if it's consolidating, it has to break below the support level. Pwede kasing nag-break out, pull back, bumalik sa base, tas sumayaw lang doon. So parang a sideways trend lang. But to really say it's a downtrend, I would say, yeah, it goes below significant levels of support, right? And I would say it's just a pullback if the pullback is similar to what Converge did, right? Or a lot of other stocks that just retested. I just forgot who were those. But a healthy pullback would be one that ideally doesn't go back inside the base. So if it's like in a trend na parang pag ganun, walang base but it like trends higher like that, if it doesn't go below a key moving average, like maybe the 50-day EMA, diba? That would be, if it just pulls back to the 50-day EMA then churns up again, I would say that would be a healthy pullback. But to use it in the context of a breakout, as long as it just gives you, if it pulls back to the top of the base on low volume and then churns up kagad, it rebounds, that's a good pullback. So those moments are normal, and those moments are where you're gonna know if you're holding on to an egg or if you're holding on to a tennis ball. Because if you drop an egg, it's gonna crack, wala na, diba? Deads na. But if you drop a tennis ball, it's gonna bounce back. That's why you know if you're holding a basket of eggs or a basket of tennis balls, to use Mark Minervini's quote as an example. Okay, guys. I will end the charting session here. Hour and a half of straight talking and my throat is killing me. I need to get water downstairs. So, una muna ulit, gusto ko magpasalamat sa lahat na nagstay. I think umabot tayo mga 600 a while ago. So, hopefully, I was able to provide value to you guys. Help you guys maybe prepare for the upcoming market week. And na-enjoy nyo yung kwentuhan session natin. Next week, stop ko na yung music. Next week, I'll try to invite Bear to do this with me. Bear, JC, I'll try to. It's been exactly a year since the three of us were in a live charting session together. I remember it perfectly. Nakabanda na pa ako. Please comment if naalala niyo yun. It was ano nga ba yun? Parang dapat ako lang, pero sinurprise namin kayo na puta na, biglang may dalawa pa ako kasama. That was fun. Ay, parang hindi. Sabi ko talaga, may kasama akong mga tao, though di namin in-announce sila yun. And I think yung pangalan ko ay JC nun, Johnny. So, kasama ko si Bear, tapos special guest si Johnny. Tapos si JC pala yun. Yun lang, nalala ko lang. And I think umabot ko yung mga 3 hours. applicable ba system as toxic crypto? Yes, but crypto is more volatile. Yeah. So yun. I'll try to, encourage them na magsama-sama kami tatlo ulit para masaya. We can do a live Q&A session and a live charting session as well. So yun, see you guys. I think the next live will probably be this Sunday or Saturday depending on the schedule of our schedule sa team. Kung sino pinaka-free. So yan. Thank you to 255 people still here with me on Facebook and Invest on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, I would appreciate if you guys could subscribe to Investa TV on YouTube. On TikTok, we're trying to grow that there and reach more people. And yeah, see you guys next week. Good luck. God bless. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And see you guys in the next charting session. Okay, end ko na yung stream. Masayat na lamunan ko. Goodbye. Good night. Right. Good night. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Peace out. Ay, na-end ko ba? Potek, di pala. Di ko napindot. Okay, isa pa.